Hi everyone, this is Shivy, and I have decided that each and every week I'm going to post a new video that is dealing with health and wellness. This week I will be discussing GMOs. So let's start off with the definition of what a GMO is. So GMOs, or what are also known as genetically modified organisms, are plants or animals created through the gene slicing techniques of biotechnology. This is also called genetic engineering, or you may see this as GE. This experimental technology merges DNA from different species, creating unstable combinations of plant, animal, bacterial, and viral genes that cannot occur in nature or in traditional crossbreeding. Now, it is very difficult to stay up to date with all of the information that goes on with GMOs, what's new, what's not, what's in, what's out. And so one of the websites that is really good for you to refer to is what's known as the Non-GMO Project. And I will supply a website or the website address at the end of this video. There are two known groups. The first group is called the high-risk group, and they are high risk because they are currently being used in the market today. And then there's the monitor risk group, and these are suspected of known incidents of contamination that have occurred, and or the crops have genetically modified relatives in commercial production with which cross-pollination is possible. So let's talk about the different high-risk crops. So you have alfalfa, canola, corn, cotton, papaya, soy, sugar beets, zucchini, and yellow summer squash. On the Non-GMO Project website, there's also a more detailed list of high-risk crops. So now, let's discuss the monitor crops. The crops that have been monitored or are being monitored are chard, table beets, rutabaga, Chinese cabbage, turnips, bok choy, acorn squash, flax, rice, and wheat. There are also some common ingredients that are derived from GMO risk crops. And so on the screen, what you now see is a list of those crops. So this is one reason why it is very important for you to read labels and to check the ingredients on labels. So as you can see, some of these may be listed in sugar-free gum, it can be listed in milk, it can be listed in any product. So when you go to the store, take this list with you and double check the ingredients. Now there are some other products or other crops that were considered at one point GMOs. So if you do a study on GMOs, these may come up, and if you talk to people, they may say, oh, that's a GMO product. Well, actually, they are no longer GMOs. So the first one is tomatoes. And in 1994, these were genetically modified, and they were modified by a company named Flavor Saver. They were brought out of production just a few years later, and in 1997, due to the problems with flavor and the ability to hold up in shipping, they were discontinued. So now there is no genetically engineered tomatoes in commercial products. So tomatoes are now considered to be low risk. Next are potatoes. And these were genetically modified by a company called New Leaf. And they were introduced in 1996. So due to consumer rejection by fast food companies and by potato chip makers, the product was never successful and was discontinued in 2001. So potatoes are now considered a low risk GMO product. Aqua Bonita is currently petitioning the FDA for approval of its genetically engineered variety of salmon. And because there are a lot of consumers now that are following GMO products, they don't want to have GMOs in there when they're eating or in their clothing or feeding them to their babies. So this product or salmon by this company is being fiercely resisted by consumers. The last is pigs. And there were a group of scientists at the University of Guelph that invented EnviroPig. Now, their research started in 1995, and they sought government approval beginning in 2009. But in 2012, the university announced the end of the EnviroPig program, and the pigs were euthanized in 2012. So these EnviroPigs are not GMO. They were destroyed, and so people are not eating them. Let's now discuss the safety of GMOs. Most developed nations do not consider GMOs to be safe. In more than 60 countries around the world, including Australia, Japan, and all of the countries in Europe, there are significant restrictions or bans on the production and sale of GMOs. Now, in the U.S., the government has approved GMOs based on studies conducted by the same corporations that create them and profit from their sales. But as GMOs are being taught about and more is being said about them, we as Americans are taking matters into our own hands, and we are choosing to opt out of the GMO experiment. So what I have provided for you are also some documents that can help with discovering GMOs. So I have provided for you a shopping list, some shopping tips. Also, I have provided the website for the non-GMO project, and you will be able to find non-GMO products just by the symbol they have. So please visit the website to know what their symbol looks like, and have a great day.